Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Noah and I wanted to welcome all of you to another installment of Monologue Monday here on my YouTube channel.
Monologue Monday.
As you can see, a little bit different again today. I'm showing off my favorite summer hat, as you can see. Additionally, if you do happen to be a returning viewer to this series on my YouTube channel, I want to thank you so much for tuning back in. I greatly do appreciate it. In this episode of Monologue Monday, I want to briefly discuss what I personally believe artificial intelligence will do for artists and creators. With that being said, let's get right into it. In a previous episode of Monologue Monday, I discussed some of the potential downfalls that I kind of foresaw in regards to individuals' creativity with these new tools, these artificial intelligence tools. But in this episode, I want to discuss some of the positives that I think might come about with all of these developing tools that we're going to see in the near future. One of the biggest impacts that I foresee in the artist space with these new tools is that individuals or small teams of individuals will be able to essentially take on large roles that generally would take dozens, if not hundreds, of creators. I believe these new tools are essentially taking out the huge learning curve or the steep learning curve that come about when creating movies, when creating animations, art, and all of those other artistic endeavors. So as these tools become more advanced, I can foresee, like I said, individuals like yourself or myself or small groups of friends that have a propensity towards creating art and creating stories to really make a name for themselves, to really create impactful content using all of these tools. And I think this is absolutely wonderful because nowadays, if you want to, be a part of a creation team that creates movies or shows or, anything like that, you generally can only do it in certain areas of the United States. And there's all of these other prereqs that you need to go through, and it's not always guaranteed that you'll get into that position. But with these tools, I truly believe that people, in their bedrooms, in their offices, will be able to start creating visions that they have in their head. And this is also a very positive thing because I think nowadays movies and shows generally might have an agenda or a list of things that they need to include in their show in order for it to receive funding and to be put on a streaming service or something like that. But with these tools, I think a lot of individuals can just make whatever content that they feel is relevant. If they want to create a specific type of story that is something that they thought of that they don't want other people's input, they can do that, and then they can just release it online, release it on YouTube, Patreon, whatever, and try to even make a little bit of money from it. Another positive aspect that I personally believe is going to become relevant in the near future with all of these different tools for artists and creators alike is going to be essentially getting more people into the space of creativity. And I'm a big individual, I'm a big supporter of people expressing creativity because that's what humans are, right? We are the most creative species that there is right now. And I believe these tools, as I previously mentioned in the last example, are obviously going to take away a learning curve, but they're also going to encourage people to give something else a shot. They're going to encourage people to try something other than, their day-to-day job and, getting groceries and going to sleep and watching Netflix. They might, get done with work and instantly start trying to tell a story that they find interesting or trying to create something new that they may have previously thought was more of a pipe dream than anything. So I think these tools are just going to get more people involved. It doesn't necessarily mean everybody's going to be extremely successful just because they use, a GPT or something like that. But I think it's really good mentally to stimulate more individuals to be more creative in life, to try to come up with new things, to try to tell stories, to try to create art in any form. I think that's generally, the reason why or the prime reason why we're here, and why humans are here is because we are capable of doing those types of endeavors. Another aspect for these tools for creators and artists and so on, I believe, is the ability to be more productive. generally speaking, even for, a very, very small YouTube channel like my own, it does take a decent amount of time to, get everything recorded, come up with the ideas, come up with a script potentially. I'm not sure if, any of you guys know, but I don't script any of my videos. I previously did on my very, very early ones, but it just didn't feel natural. So I basically step in front of a camera and start talking. But I know a lot of individuals do script every single video, and then they have to go through editing and then, touching things up, touching sound up, and so on. It's a very lengthy process that can take quite a bit of time. So I believe these tools are really going to allow individuals like myself to ideally get more, be more productive, right? Get better content out in a shorter period of time, therefore appeasing more of their audience. And ideally, this convenience for creators is hopefully going to lead them to be able to maybe try different things on their channels as well. I think, generally speaking, people have a channel and they only do one specific thing because they don't really have the capacity mentally or physically with time to do anything else. And that's kind of the way it's been, I think, for some time. But I think these tools will really allow them to hopefully get a little bit of extra time to try something new on their channel, right? To get more, and this obviously just doesn't go for people on YouTube, it goes for other creative endeavors as well, but to try to widen their gaze as to how they could get more eyes, or how they could get different eyes on their content. But there you go. Those are a few of my thoughts as to how I believe artificial intelligence tools and so on are going to benefit artists and creators alike. I think out of the three examples that I kind of put forward for you today, I think the most important one, or the best one that I believe in, is this ability for normal individuals like myself and you, the viewer, and your neighbors and so on, to start thinking creatively. Like I said, I think that's what makes humans humans, is our ability to write stories, to draw art, to think of very complex, sometimes paradoxical stories that really make you have to use your brain, right, in a creative way. And I think these tools are hopefully going to get more people involved with using the creative side of their brain and bringing some of their aspirations or some of their dreams, some of their stories to life. But of course, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think are some positives that are going to arise inevitably with these artificial intelligence tools for artists and creators? Please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Again, if you've stuck along this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for your time. I greatly do appreciate it. As always, I hope you were able to take something away from this video today. And of course, happy financing.